Karen, guess what? I saw people out there, they were socializing. I saw some guy walking his dog past 9 p.m. What the fuck? I'm calling the cops. Hi, my name's Karen.
Hello, my name is Kevin. Meet my honey wife Karen. She'll be the one on the Facebook just sharing every time you come out of your house without a mouse. Hey, she's a motherfucker. Don't go down south on my dick cause I'm gay. Hey, my name is Kevin. Karen's my fucking homemade. All on the Twitter on the universe. Yeah, I take from her purse. She don't give me money cause she's Karen. And I'm fucking Kevin. We ain't sharing our civil liberties. We're just hanging around, being calmy just every day. Just trying to fuck with Turtle Boy every day. Just trying to fuck with all our joy every day. Get the fuck out my penis dick before I hit you in the mouth, bitch.
Hi, my name's Karen. I don't care about the First Amendment because I'm trying to keep people safe. Let's talk about the community. How are you going to keep people safe? Put your mask on.
Yeah. She ain't been eating because Kenneth's mouth is been forsaken by the fucking mask on his fucking task, even though he likes the dick in his ass. Kenneth and Karen have a marriage and they're being happy in the carriage, but the millions of us all just hang in our house saying, what's up, bro? What you fucking with me too? I'm fucking with you three. I'm getting right back in your piece.
All right. All right, what's up, guys? How are we all doing out there tonight? Let me just do this. All right. Welcome to the show, Turtle Riders. I'm attempting to share this link on Clarence. It wasn't working on my phone there, so I'm going to go ahead right now and share the link over here. There we go. And share the link. Oh, there it is. Okay. We live. Live. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've shared the link to this on the Clarence with Emerson page, as well as the Turtle Boy Sports Forever page. If you guys could do me a favor and share those up for me, that'd be great. Get a good crowd here tonight. Let's see how the crowd's looking right now. How are we at right now? Let's see. Okay, 91. We're cracking. We're going to get to 100 soon. All right. I'm also going to go ahead right now, and I am going to share the link to the fundraiser page right there in the comments. Once again, coronavirus kind of fucking Turtle Boy over here. The last couple months, the ad revenue for all publishers like myself basically disappeared because nobody advertises during an economic slowdown. And we're kind of like self-sufficient on you guys. So anything you guys want to chip in will greatly help. We'll see what happens. I haven't been sued in a bit, knock on wood. Ever since I got rid of the LLC, people stopped suing me. Maybe things are changing. The Hadassah Rose thing got extended. So she's trying to get me on wiretapping charges. The third time she's dragged me down to Milford District Court on a criminal complaint. It's completely bullshit. I don't even know what it's about. But that got pushed back. It was supposed to be like in March. Now it's in fucking August because of commie cold. So here we are. All right. So yeah, if you guys could share this up for me and smash that like button. What are we at to 24 likes now? Let's get that up to 100. Let's have a good time. Have a good show. Get people in here. Let them know that we're live. And we got a lot of good shit to talk about. All right. So first thing I want to talk about is let's talk about the story out of Minneapolis that everybody's talking about. That is the police officer out there, or 4 police officers really, that were fired for killing a man named George Floyd. And I got a lot of strong opinions on this one. And I'm sure a lot of you guys too. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? And let me get the comments up here so we can see what people are saying. Okay, so let's check this out. So this guy, we've all seen this picture right here, the police officer from Minneapolis, which, by the way, this is Ilhan Omar's district. They've had issues with police in the past. This is also the same place where Philando Castile was killed. And the white woman who called the cops and was killed by, it was like a reverse situation. It was like a Muslim cop, black guy. I don't know if he was Egyptian or Somalian or whatever. He ended up killing a white woman. So this is they have issues with police there, I guess. This is like the third incident involving this. And it's got everybody all hot and bothered in Minnesota and across the country. And I got a lot of strong opinions on this, and I'm sure you people do too. So let's start from that. I did the blog today. I'm not going to rehash the whole thing, but I want to talk about some key points here and hear what you guys got to say as well. So first of all, I don't know what the hell they're protesting. Like, what are you protesting right now? Right? They fired all 4 cops, and you have to be a freaking moron if you think that charges aren't coming here. In case you guys haven't noticed, there's a trend going in this country right now. Things are changing. Black Lives Matter protests have been somewhat effective because, what was it, Amber Geiger? She got 10 years in jail for killing a guy in his apartment, Botham Jean. That's progress, no? I mean, isn't what you want? Cops are being held accountable. Remember that guy, Michael Schlegel, and I think it was South Carolina, shot the guy who was running away in the back, 20 years in jail. I mean, they're getting punished, right? So you're getting justice now. You're not going to get it every time, because sometimes justice means that like a trial is held and a not guilty verdict happens. Whether or not you agree with the outcome of that, it's still technically justice. Like, you got your day in court. Both sides were heard. It just didn't work out the way you planned. With this, it's like you can't, what do you want? A lynching? What are we protesting here? Like, they've been fired. There was no due process in that. They were just immediately fired. And what do you, like, he's going to be charged. What do you, calm down, be patient. And I'll get to that, more thoughts on that in a moment. Second of all, the idea that it's racially motivated is completely baseless, completely baseless. Where is any evidence that this, if we can go in this guy's past, this guy's name is Derek Chauvin, or Chauvin, whatever you want to call it. If you can go into his past and you see that, like, this guy's got a long and documented history of smacking black people up and stuff like that, then we're on to something. Then, okay, we might have an argument there for racism. But just because you kill a person that is the opposite skin color of you doesn't mean you hate everybody that's a member of that race. That doesn't make any sense. That's not how this works, right? If somebody kills a woman, does that mean they hate all women? If a woman kills a man, does that mean they hate all men? No. It just means they're a murderer. That's it. So there's that. Next one. Nobody would know, and I got in a big fight with a lot of turtle riders over this, so let's talk about this. Nobody would know who this guy's name was, George Floyd, if he wasn't black. Nobody would care if he wasn't black. If this was a white guy killed by the cops, nobody would give a shit. This wouldn't even be news. You know how I know that? Because way more white people are killed by the cops every year than black people. Little known fact, this idea that, like, black people are just being hunted outside of their homes. You got a much better chance of dying of the commie cold than you do being killed by a police officer. And we've been over the stats of the commie cold. It's a long shot. It's a long shot. But apparently you got to be worried that cops are just going to kill you. This is the narrative the media wants to put out there, right? That, people like George Floyd are just being hunted. But it's not true. It's just the data doesn't back that up. And these people hate data. They hate facts. They like emotion. This is what everything in hysteria. This is what they built on. And we'll get to the media's involvement in that momentarily. So, how do I know that nobody would care if George Floyd was there? People are saying, well, that's the point, Turtle Boy. Somebody said in the comments. That's the point, Turtle Boy. Is that he would not have died if he was white. Well, first of all, you can't prove that. Secondly, and I challenge people to do this, give me this fucking guy's name. I mean, how many people, I'm sure some of you knew who he was prior to this, right? But what's his name? His name's Daniel Shaver. And a lot of you probably didn't know who he was, right? And he died, if you ask me, I don't want to compare horrifically, but I think this video, if you guys watch this video, is even more horrific. Like, watch this.
You think you're going to fall, you better fall on your face. Your hands go back into the small of your back are down. We are going to shoot you. Do you understand?
So this is a guy, they got a call for, like, somebody had a gun in a window. It wasn't him. I don't even know if there was a gun in the window of a hotel. He was literally going to get ice. I think he's holding an ice bucket, and he's like tired, and he's like, holy shit. And they're like, put your hands up. They think he's the guy, and he's doing everything they tell him to do. So this is, don't watch this if you're doing, he's crying. Boom. And they shoot him. Okay. So that happened. And you know what? Nobody knows who he is. This went to trial. The psychopath cop who was fired, luckily, who has no business being a cop, was found not guilty. I mean, this guy's a psychopath. Just look at this dude, a psychopath. There was no protests. This wasn't even on the news up here. Nobody knew who the fuck this guy was. And people are out here, this wouldn't have happened if he was white. Tell that to Daniel Shaver, you fucking idiots. God. I thought our fans were smarter than this. I thought you guys were smarter than this. Of course, that's the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard. We'll never stop falling for the media's bullshit, people. Have I taught you nothing? Stop it. Everything they put out there is bullshit. Just understand that. Everything is motivated by profits. And how do they make profits? They drive a narrative. Their whole goal is to create a race war in this country, to divide us, right? It's everything they've done. They did the same thing with the commie cold for the last 2 months. And now they're doing this. So a black guy got killed by a white cop. I hate to say it. It's unfortunate, but living in Massachusetts, who cares, right? People die of kids are dying of cancer all across the country every fucking day. Every single day this is happening. But nobody gives a flying fuck. But we all know who George Floyd is. Because he got killed in Minneapolis by a white cop. That's literally the only fucking reason this is at all relevant. That's it. Fucking liars. These people, these dishonest pieces of shit. Another point I want to make. And a lot of people disagree with this, but I'm going to say it because it's true. Police have lost trust in this country amongst people like me and people who normally support them. And that's not to say that I don't like fuck the police or I don't trust cops or anything like that. But I'm more skeptical of cops now, and I'm less likely to defend them because of the way they've treated citizens during this. I'll never forget this commie cold shit. I'll never forget who the good cops are and the bad cops are. The Chicopee cops are the bad ones now. Okay, people like them. People that are literally jerking off and arresting citizens walking into bars. Walking in a bar, like, because they're drinking a beer in a bar. And they're finding these people, and they're giving Dave Blondin a hard time in Oxford. And it's like, take a stand. The West Boylston police are good. Their police chief said, I'm not doing shit. I'm not enforcing these fucking laws. I'm not doing it. The Warwick police did the same thing. The New York police did the same thing. We're not the social distancing police. Others were enthusiastic about it. And I'll never forget that. And I think a lot of other people are the same way. When they saw this picture, they're like, you know what? I've gone to bat for the cops so many times before. I defended you with Eric Garner, right? I defended you with Mike Brown. Like, I backed the blue. And then how did you repay me when I lost my job? You treated me like a criminal. So thanks a lot. So I'm done backing the blue. That's a lot of people are thinking that now. That's the fucking truth. That is the truth, right? So that is point number 4. Point number 5 on this was actually I'll get to point number 5. Actually, we'll talk about 5 now. Point number 5 is that the protests and looting that followed proved that nobody cares about social distancing. Did you guys see these goddamn protests? Like, first of all, look at this image right here. Let me switch this up. Let me go a little bigger here. Okay. Look at all those people. Look at all those people. Thousands of people in the streets of Minneapolis, packed together. Some wearing masks, some not so much. Standing there crowded. If you guys will recall, 4 weeks ago, we had Jeff Kuhner had a protest in front of City Hall, and Kevin Paul DuPont from the Boston Globe said he wanted to release the murder hornets on them. And remember, everybody's saying, oh my God, there's going to be an outbreak. Oh my God, they're going to spread COVID. They're breathing on each other. You guys are going to kill my grandmother. You guys never want this to end. Oh my God. Our elected officials are just trying to keep us safe, guys. They're just trying to keep us safe. We're supposed to be living in a community. What about the community, guys? They just want to keep us safe. And you guys aren't keeping us safe out there. You're not listening to them. You need to listen. You need to listen to them. Well, now that we see thousands and thousands of people out there jam-packed together, standing on top of buildings, shoulder to shoulder, there they are, hanging out. Now, all of a sudden, social distancing, not such a big deal. And I cannot emphasize, this is the number one takeaway that I took from this, right? Is that the beauty of these protests in Minneapolis is they have completely exposed Team Lockdown as frauds. None of y'all actually believed that those protesters in Boston or those people drinking at the bar or, hanging out at the lake in freaking, in Missouri there that they keep showing, the news keeps showing, oh my God, people partying, people at the beach, look at them. They're sitting near each other. Holy fuck. Oh my God. Nobody actually believed that. I told you didn't believe it at the time. I told them that. They pretended that they believed it just because people like to freak out over shit. That's it. Nobody actually believed it though. So now, black guy gets killed in Minnesota. Thousands of people take the streets and not a single fucking person out there. Not a single person is like worried about social distancing anymore. Just disappeared. Apparently, how the disease works, and I learn something new about the disease every day. How the disease actually works, guys, is that it only travels when you're protesting being locked down or if you're having fun. That's how it spreads. If you're angry, if, say, for instance, a white police officer has killed a black man and you're angry about that and you decide I'm going to loot a Target, guess what? It doesn't spread there. It doesn't spread anymore. We all knew that Targets were immune anyway. That's why Targets and Walmarts were open. So it's all starting to make sense now. I hope you guys are getting this. And I'll never forget this tweet from the Raleigh police. You want to protest something? Protest this goddamn tweet. This is tyranny. Protesting is a non-essential activity, they told protesters. Why don't the Minneapolis police just try that? Because they literally shut down a protest in Raleigh because it was non-essential and they could spread COVID. They arrested a guy there for protesting. Why don't the Minneapolis police just say, look, no. Commie cold. You guys didn't hear? Oh, yeah. It's going to get you every time. The commie cold's going to get you every time. That's all they have to do. Ironically, the same people that are out protesting right now are the same ones who were like, oh my God, protesters. Oh my God. What are we going to do? Oh my God. Think about grandma. Poor grandma going to die. Think of all the fucking grandmothers that are going to die now because of this, guys. You thought grandma was dying before? Get ready. Get ready. Lock them up. The commie cold is coming for them. It is going to sneak in their house because all these people have it now. They spread it everywhere and get ready for the outbreak. So, talk about, and this is my big thing here, is people pretending to give a shit. Nobody actually cares. And this is my big point with this, is no one actually gives a fuck about George Floyd. I mean, I saw the tape. I'm on his side. I think what happened to him is an injustice, and I think it's murder what happened to him. I think that most people would agree with that, or at least some, like the police officer certainly is going to be charged, and rightfully so. Okay? I agree with that. But I'm not fucking sad about it, and neither is anybody else. Unless you knew him, you're not fucking sad about it. You're just a liar. If you're pretending to be upset about this, you're just a liar. That's all you are. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show you this Facebook post. I'm going to pull it up here. Give me one moment. I'm going to come back to Talbert Swan in a moment. But I'm going to pull this up here. Let's see what we got. Okay, here it is. So this is a chick, Elizabeth Lilly, in the Shrewsbury, Mass page. I could not let this comment go. She says, asking you all to try to be supportive of Black people within our community during this difficult time. I know I have been really suffering emotionally since watching the murder of George Floyd. It needs to be talked about, and I think it's something we can all unite on. I'm not posting any images of the murder. As for some people of color, it's been very triggering. Check on your Black friends and colleagues. We are really hurting. And then the comments are, thank you for this reminder. Thank you. Praying right now. Praying. You're not fucking praying. You're lying. That's what you're doing. You're a fucking liar. If you actually, I love when people say thoughts and prayers. Nobody's actually praying. Nobody prays. It's not a thing. Like 5% of the country prays. You don't pray. What prayer do you say? The Our Father? What are you talking about? Praying. No, you're just writing. Praying on Facebook is not the same thing. You're not praying. You have nothing to pray for. What the hell are you talking about? So let's break down our comment. Asking for you all to be supportive of Black people within our community during this difficult time. Well, first of all, you're in Shrewsbury. So that community is slim to none to begin with. Secondly, I know I've been really suffering emotionally since watching the thing about George Floyd. See what's happening right here? See what's happening? This is all about me. Me. I'm going to take somebody else's death, which is an actual tragedy, and I'm making it about me. Right? I'm making it about me because I don't get enough attention out there. Guys, what about me? Yeah, George Floyd is dead, but think about me. Think about the way I've been suffering emotionally 1,500 miles away in Shrewsbury, watching that happen. Think about that. I mean, what a selfish fucking cunt, this bitch. I mean, pardon my French, but that's what she is. People like this, instead of being like, fuck off, bitch, you self-righteous virtue signaling cunt, that's what they should say to them. But no, we don't say that. We say, oh, I'm praying for you. Oh, you poor Black people. Oh, you have it so bad in Shrewsbury. Oh, my God. You had to watch a guy in Minneapolis die. Oh, it's so sad. So sad. Shut the fuck up. It's not about you. It really isn't. You're not suffering emotionally. You're just lying. You're desperate for attention. That's all you are. You are appropriating the pain of somebody else and making it all about you. That's all this is. You're just a first world, selfish, entitled twat. She goes on to say, it needs to be talked about, and I think it's something we can all unite on. Okay? Well, what does that mean? Okay, we all agree it's bad. Now, then what? I'm not posting any images of the murder. As some people of color, it's been very triggering. So like that hurts Black people more. Okay, so when I see a white kid die of cancer, which happens all the time, and I've seen it, like that shit makes me cry, man. Like that's kids with cancer makes me cry. That's like the one thing that I got a real soft spot for, right? But I don't be like, oh my God, guys, I was just watching this commercial and these kids had cancer and died. And so think about me. I mean, this is the equivalent of that. Like, oh my God, guys, I was like watching this story about this like 5-year-old kid who had a brain tumor and he died. And guys, it's really triggering. It's really triggering. So I want you to think about me during this time and the effect that, kids with cancer is having on me, because, I want you to check in on me, guys. Check in on your Black friends and colleagues. Check in on them. Check in on them for what? Bitch, you didn't get your neck snapped. You don't know anyone that got their neck snapped. You had to travel. You had to look on the news 1,500 miles away to find a guy who got his neck snapped. You couldn't even find one around here. I mean, these people, they're so full of shit. They're so full of shit. And the media drives them. The media drives them. Why do you think the media hasn't shown you Daniel Shaver ever? Because it doesn't fit the narrative. They love the race wars. They love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So, we saw that a lot. We also saw it from Talbert Swan. Did you guys see that? Talbot. We've written about Talbert Swan many times before. Royal douchebag, real grifter. He calls himself a bishop, and I got a big piece coming on him that I've been working on for a bit, investigating this douchebag. Wait till you see what a fucking douchebag this guy is. I fucking hate him. Bishop Talbert Swan dresses and like drives a Benz. I want to say he drives a very nice car, tax exempt, I'm sure, because he's a bishop in Springfield. And he's just a race hustler. There's nothing religious about this guy. He just goes on rants about Trump all day and uses like non-loving, non-Jesus words constantly on there. So he goes on and says, you know, this Derek Chauvin, the racist cop who kept his knee on George Floyd's neck, cut off from his air passage, murdered him wearing a Make Whites Great Again hat. A clear sign that this piece of excrement should have been taken out. If you're this stupid, guys, and you believe that this cop just so happened to be caught wearing a Make Whites Great Again hat, you shouldn't. Not only should you not be allowed on Twitter, you shouldn't be allowed to drive a car. You certainly shouldn't be allowed to vote. I think that's a big problem in this country is too many people can vote. Way too many people. We treat it like this thing, like we want homeless people to vote. We want like people that don't want to vote. We want to get them to vote. Why? Well, some people want them to. Some people on the other team do because they know who the dumb people are going to vote for. I don't think they should. I mean, that's just me. Because it encourages stupidity like this. Now, this guy, somehow, he was kicked off Twitter at one point. He got back on. I don't know how. But he's just a race-baiting hustler. That's all. People like Talbert Swan, I'm not even going to call him Bishop, just Talbert Swan. They make money dividing Americans and like making everything about right and just lying. And these are the same people, guys, that want Trump kicked off Twitter. And you guys see this news. This is another battleground. And let me talk about this for a moment. Sorry about all the deviations. Donald Trump is pissed right now because he had a couple of his tweets fact-checked by Twitter. Not the crazy tweets about like Joe Scarborough killing a woman, which is fucking insane, by the way. Absolutely insane for him to be doing that. We don't just waste of time, unproductive nonsense. That didn't get fact-checked. What got fact-checked was an actual opinion he put out that there would be voter fraud if we had mail home ballots, which I completely agree with. Mailing ballots. Fuck you. If you're too if you're too lazy to get off your ass and go and vote in November, then you shouldn't be allowed to vote anyway. Okay? Stop it. And Trump agrees with me. He writes that down, and it comes with a fucking fact check. They're fact checking him now. And they link to things that say, no, this isn't true. This isn't true. First of all, it's an opinion. It can't be untrue. And I'll tell you one thing, though. I'm happy it happened. I'm happy it happened because, as you guys know, I invented social media censorship. I have been getting banned on Twitter and Facebook since before it was cool. And nobody paid attention. Nobody cared because it wasn't happening to them. And then more and more conservatives mostly started getting banned from the platforms, etc. And I'm like, it needs to happen to Trump. That's the whole time I was thinking. Like, that's the only way this gets fixed. They have to go after the big dogs. Because all the conservative blue check mark, the libertarian, the free market people will say, oh, no. Well, just build your own Twitter, right? Just build your own Facebook. Yeah, that's how it works. Just build my own fucking Google. Right. Like, I'll get started on that tomorrow. Dipshit, build my own Twitter. There's no competitors. This is the public square. It's where the president makes policy announcements. Now, I don't have the power to do that. Trump actually does. All Trump has to do, and I've been saying this from day one, is just make an announcement like Rogan did with YouTube and Apple because he didn't like them, and just say, I'm going to Spotify, right? Trump should just be like, I'm going to Minds or Gab, right? You know why I don't go to Gab or any? Because no one's on there. I'll go to whatever platform the people are at. I just want to be where the people are at. And Twitter and Facebook are where the people are at. So that's where I need to be. I mean, people are like, just go to fucking MeWe or Minds or Parler. It's like, I've been on there. I type shit into there and nothing happens. Nobody's on there. Nothing. What's the point? If Trump goes there, all of his supporters are going to follow him. And when not just his supporters, the media is going to follow him. because that's where you're the president. They have to listen to you. So they report on your tweets. You give them free advertising literally every night on the 6 o'clock news. Why not just leave them if they're doing this to you? Just do it. He could. Now, I don't know if these companies have like the infrastructure and the bandwidth to take in the amount of traffic they get from that. Twitter obviously does. But that's all he has to do. Instead, he's like too old. Like his son needs to be in charge of something. He doesn't get it. He issued like an executive order today. It's complicated. It's about like changing Twitter and Facebook for right now, how they get it is that they're classified as a platform. And when you're a platform, you get immunity from liability, right? You can't be sued for things that people, like my comment section. I can't be sued for things people write in the comments, only what I put up there. But when they make editorial decisions like what Twitter's doing by fact checking them, then they become a platform. So which one are you? They get both. They get the sweetheart deal where they're like, they get the legal liability of being a platform, but they still get to act as a publisher. And nobody else gets that. Nobody gets that. So Trump is like trying to do something with that, change it. It's not going to fix anything because even if, let's say so Twitter, let's say Twitter and Facebook no longer get the Section 230 immunity, right? So they no longer can be held liable for the things that no, they can be held liable for things that people put on there. You know what they're going to do? They're just going to censor everyone. That's not good. We don't need that. Right? What they should be doing is just like, well, you are a platform. Or just be like the ultimate guys. There's two options here. Number one, platform access is a civil right. Congress passes a law saying they can't kick you off for any reason because this is the public square. Option two is treat them like utilities, like the phone company. Can Verizon or AT&T be like, no, we're gonna kick you off your cell phone plan because we didn't like the things that you were texting, right? Too many dick pics. Put the dick away. Now, of course, they're not going to do that. So, yeah. So that's that. You also got all these people were sharing fake news and all this. Nobody actually cares. Like, no, and that's my point I really need to emphasize here. Nobody gives a shit. And Talbert Swan's going at it with me today on Twitter. Did you guys see this? Let me see if I can bring the Turtle Boy Twitter up. Follow me on Real Uncle TV. Okay, there it is. Follow me on Twitter at Real Uncle TV. Oh, I got 3,000 followers. Screenshot that. Boom. All right. So, let's see what Talbot Swan did to me today. So I went at it with this douchebag on Twitter today. Where is he at? Where is this douchebag? Where'd he go? Did he block me? Okay. Yeah. So he said that. Did he fucking block me? Okay. He fired back. So this is what he writes about me today. Talbot Swan writes this about me today. He says, because I tweeted at him and I said, frauds like Talbot Swan are spreading misinformation about the killing of George Floyd because they profit off of the killing of black men by police. Completely factual. Talbot Swan wants people like George Floyd to get killed by the cops. He needs it. He gets fucking hard every time he sees a black guy killed by whites. He's like, oh, good. Now's a chance to be relevant. Now I can like get people fired up. This is what I do for a living. I'm a grifter. Okay. And he responds by retweeting me. And he says, George Floyd was lynched by racist Minneapolis police officers and had his air passage blocked by a racist, savage Derek Chauvin. Okay. I'm not even here to debate that. Okay. I'm not going to debate that. But he goes on to say, white supremacist trash like you. You guys ever seen a pastor that called his flock white supremacist trash like you? I missed that part of the Bible when Jesus was like, yo, y'all bitches is white supremacist trash. I missed that one. He says that you are more concerned that a picture misidentified a racist cop than a fact that a racist cop murdered a black man. How about this, Talbert? You can be concerned about both. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about the fact that the racist cop murdered the black man. I can't. It happened. I don't think it's good. I don't know what you want me to do about it. Like, and that's ultimately what this comes down to is they want you. It's become like a contest to be out more. Like, who can be the most outraged? Like, this guy responds to me and goes, "You have more outrage about Swan than the fact that someone was murdered." Like, what am I? I'm supposed to be like, okay, I'm this much outraged about the cop killing, and I'm this much outraged about Talbert Swan lying about it. Like, what? This is a contest to see how outraged we are, but that's ultimately what it comes down to these people. That is their currency. Like, how fucking mad are you? I fucking hate racism. Remember that chick the other day? I fucking hate it, man. Fucking hate it. You think you hate racism? No. You don't hate it nearly as much as I do, motherfucker. I fucking hate that shit. Fucking racism. Get the fuck out of here, racism. I see racism. I say, get the fuck out of my house. Kick you right in the fucking twat. Fucking racism. Bitch ass racism. That's what that's what I'm supposed to do. Would you like me to tweet that out, sir? Would that be enough for you? No. I mean, these people are so full of shit. You can be upset about two things at once. God, this guy's being his whole thing is like, well, you can't. How dare you correct me for completely calling a completely innocent man a racist, right? How dare you call this cop that not the cop who killed the guy, the other guy who's blaming. How dare you defend this guy who I'm libeling? How dare you do that? You're supposed to be mad about the dead black guy. Aren't you mad about that? Aren't you upset? Did you call the chick in Shrewsbury to make sure she's okay? No, because you're white supremacist trash. That's what you are. So anyway, that is that. Let me just real quick see if anybody donated. I can read your shit out loud if you do. Let's see. Okay, so we got some donations here. Let me read. And once again, if you donate, I'm going to read your shit out loud. Suzanne says, for truth in media, in Trump's executive order, unban us all from Twitter. Absolutely. I don't want to have to buy a new computer every time I want to go on Twitter, because that's apparently what I have to do. To buy a new computer every time I want to get on Twitter. Anonymous contributes, says nothing. That's just as good. KB says tonight, heart emoji, heart emoji. Thank you very much, KB. I appreciate your heart emojis and your contributions to the cause. Okay, so that's that. All right. Anybody got any comments? If anybody wants to call in, I'm going to talk about the Boston Marathon next, and the fucking and just the joke that Turtle Boy, that the city of Boston has turned into under Marty Walsh. And yeah, I just posted that in there. All right, let me read the comments. Anybody have any comments or anything before we move on to the Boston Marathon thing? Because I got a little rant about Boston Strong bullshit. People chirping at me. Oi. Turtle Boy's the last investigative reporter in Boston. Goddamn right about that. Goddamn right about that. All right. All right, let's talk about it then. So here's the next thing. You guys saw the other day, I did a blog on what's happening in Boston that's not being reported about. So as you know, Marty Walsh has been like king lockdown, curfew at 9:00. Masks are mandatory since before it was cool. Just completely shutting down the city. Nothing's open. Awful. Well, as it turns out, we came across, and you guys saw this here. Let's pull it up, shall we? Yeah, let's pull this up. So you saw these pictures here, right? Of people literally in cages. We talk about kids in cages at the border, junkies in cages. That's what we got here in the city of Boston. And this cop messages me, and she's like, That last article about the conversations equals wrong. They are staffed with nurses, medical assistants, recovery coaches, and cops constantly. Remember that. Remember that she said that, please. Okay. They've even been clean up at the end of the day because they are so grateful they can go to some place and not be screamed at or broomed or overdose and die with no one caring at all. This is a police officer saying this. This is insane. And I didn't know it was a cop when I first read I thought this was some moron at first. I'm like, okay, you got to be a fucking idiot. There's nurses there doing it. They're watching them inject. I don't give a shit. Like this whole idea that we need safe injection. Newsflash, that is an oxymoron. There's no such thing as safe injection of heroin. Heroin is an addictive drug that kills you. There's no ever a scenario in which sticking a needle in your arm and putting poison in it is safe. Okay, why? Because if it's a bad batch and you overdose, there'll be someone there to get you Narcan real quick. That's what makes it safe. Oh yeah, sure thing. She goes, they've even so she goes on to say the real issues is there's no consequences. Okay, I don't disagree with that. Okay, that no one's supporting law enforcement. So she goes on to say, I used to follow your page because you seem to have the breaking real news. That wasn't correct. You're losing me. First of all, let me be clear here, Claire, or whatever her name is, Claire. I don't give a fuck if I lose you. You mean nothing to me. These people, you're losing me. Oh, newsflash, guys, I'm losing her. I better change everything I'm doing or I might lose her. I need to get her back. First of all, honey, you're not going anywhere. I think we can all agree on that. Especially you. You're going to read the blog every single day because you know that this is where you go to get real news. Everybody knows the Boston police reads Turtle Boy. They even call Josh Abrams now as part of their policy. They all call him Turtle Boy just to taunt, just to fuck with them. That's a thing now that they do. Of course, you're not going to stop reading Turtle Boy. Just stop that. Nobody believes that. She goes on to say, we don't have Dan Rathers who just tell us the basic facts. You're citing Dan Rather, a disgraced, what is that? Brian, we don't have any Brian Williams either. We don't have any Don Lemons anymore. Just give it to us straight. What are you talking about? Dan Rather lied about George Bush. He's a disgraced hack. Dan Rather. Give me a break. You almost had that. Oh, it was almost Dan Rather. No, I don't want to be Dan Rather. Get back to it. Do the right thing. How about this? Instead of getting back to it and doing the right thing, I got a better idea. How about I just kind of do whatever the fuck I want to do and you keep reading it anyway? I like that idea more. So she goes on to say, I'm like, are you a cop? Yes. I'm like, well, I haven't seen any healthcare workers in any of those pictures or videos. Why is the city of Boston allowing this to happen? And she's like, Boston has not legalized it. Never mind. I thought Turtle Boy was something else. You turn into everyone else, and then she blocks me. So let me get this straight. They haven't legalized heroin, but they're just watching and supervising people as they buy and sell heroin and then inject it in front of them. But besides that, it's not legalized. This is a cop saying this. This is fucking insane. What a maroon. What a maroon. And you saw some of those videos and we did it. I mean, this is literally legalized heroin. So let's check out what happened today. So a turtle rider sent me a message and he's like, I got some videos to show you from inside the cages. And then he's like, well, I can't give them to you because I'm giving them to Kirk. I'm like, you give him the, what does that mean? Why are you teasing me like this then? Don't do that. For future reference, don't be like, well, I have some videos, but I'm going to give them to somebody else. Then why the fuck are you contacting? You're not, and I hate to say it, but you're not a supporter if you do that. If you're like, well, I have a hot take here, but I'm going to give it to somebody else to publish. First of all, Kirk reads Turtle Boy. So you could easily just give it to me and I publish it and Kirk's going to put it out there anyway. So what does it matter? Okay. But this is the video. Let's watch the video that this guy sent in. This is the video from
the first day we're coordinating with this. Yeah. Where the fuck is this? So there's a fenced in area right off of the intersection there. And I guess the city has set up comfort stations. Right. So the idea is that they want to provide food and water for whom? For people experiencing homelessness.
Look at this.
Right. So you have a bunch of homeless people. People experiencing homelessness.
Look at this. Look at all those people. Look at them all. None of them are wearing masks. Are you kidding me? They're all just sitting there.
People experiencing homelessness.
Is that a Bulls hat? Is that a flat brim?
People.
That's a flat brim Bulls hat, guys. Right there. Guy's got the mask down. Enough said. Enough said.
Experiencing homelessness.
That's the woke way to describe.
Right. Correct.
Okay. Look at these dudes.
Right. Yeah, they're not homeless. I don't mean to describe. I don't mean to cast that on them.
That's a fun way to say it.
They're bums.
Look at this shit.
Hobos.
So they are the ones I'm looking at right now. Some of their masks are off.
They're all high.
I'm looking at people right here.
Probably
I don't want to say they're
fucking.
injecting anything. Is that too much to say or no?
It kind of looks like
I mean, look at these guys. They're all fucking
It
high.
looks like there's some injection.
Okay, so remember what the Boston cop told us, guys. There's healthcare and cops everywhere watching this. Let's play a game called Find the Cop or Find the Nurse. Let's watch. While we're watching this, try to find one.
Like I would say,
it does look like
Look at them.
you're seeing heroin preparation.
I would say
Open.
yes. I would
What the fuck is going
say
on?
if you say social distancing is 6 inches apart, I would say most people are violating that.
Okay, interesting.
They're lying around. They're all on top of each other, and they're caged in effectively, right?
Yes, I mean there's no like padlock on the
No.
door, but it's certainly a fenced off area, and there are tents set up. It's clearly supposed to be. It looks like
Oh, that guy's
the
got a
runners camp at the end of a marathon,
Yes,
except for this is the end of
yes.
doing a bunch of heroin.
True, I've done
Yes.
that. I've been in those camps before. They're not pleasant.
Heroin?
Well, fentanyl.
Right. And listen, I am.
Look at this guy.
sympathetic
Look at
to
that
somebody's
dance.
Addiction, no question.
Look at him.
But what are we doing here? Like
This
are
is safe. Like, oh, imagine saying that this is like safe. Oh yeah, look at they're having fun. They're doing the junkie dance, and they're in their own little world. Just let them fucking be high, and at least they're not out there. And that's ultimately the whole point of this: is to be like, this is another idiot cockamamie scheme to prevent the spread of COVID. Right? Is like we're just gonna take all the junkies are out there. We can't. They're not listening to us. They're not listening to Fauci. So what if we just put him in a fucking cage? I cannot believe this is happening in Boston, and the media is not reporting on it. They're putting junkies in cages together with no masks on, clearly no healthcare professionals or cops around. And it's like insane. And this is done in the name of stopping the spread of COVID.
Are we taking this thing seriously or not? And do you think there's a chance, and I'm just speculating here, it could be reckless, that these people may get a little itch for something else and then may wander outside that world to find it, then come back in?
Well, I don't think that the idea is they're supposed to remain there.
No,
I think
so-
this is just supposed to
it's not
say
a
like
prison.
we don't want
Look at this
people
guy.
experiencing homelessness to be starving or dying of thirst. We want them to have maybe access to medical care or something.
Sure.
But what we've done is created de facto bum camps because they're saying, well, we're gonna turn a blind eye to drug use.
Right. Let's say that these people have legitimate illness and addiction, which I think is the case, right? And
Yes.
mental illness, of course, and depression. And I have great sympathy for that. I actually feel bad for these people. It's disgusting what they're doing to these people. Why don't you get a couple of people in charge of making sure these people social distance and stay away from each other? Is that difficult to enforce?
Yeah. So I see this, and this is obviously ridiculous. Now, then I find out today, and you guys have seen this, that the Boston Marathon is canceled. The Boston freaking Marathon is canceled. They're supposed to be in September. That's 4 months away. And it's just canceled. Why? Why is it canceled? It's literally on the decline everywhere, rapidly on the decline. The number of cases, hospitalizations, and deaths. It's over. It's going to naturally ease its way out now. I hate there will be no spike. There might be in some places a stagnation of it for a little bit, but we will have herd immunity after a while. This is how the human body functions. And even if you wanted to cancel it, why not wait until, I don't know, July? It's May right now. And my big take on this, and this is what I've been saying since day one, damn, look at all these responses I get. I'm getting ratioed hard, guys. Oh man, they're not going to like this. I'm getting ratioed. Got my first ratio. Okay. So I tweet this out and I said, this is shameful and embarrassing. And once again, you're going to want to follow me on Twitter because this is where the good shit happens. I don't post all of my thoughts on Facebook because I don't like to clutter the page up. I like that more for sharing blogs. If you really want my fucking hot takes, go to Twitter and follow me at @RealLocalCB. So it says, this is shameful and embarrassing. A marathon is 4 months away and we're cowering and hiding from something that possesses no threat to the people in the race. And that's 100% true. If you're capable of running 26.2 miles consecutively, you're in good shape. You are literally the least likely to die from COVID. Your body is so strong that you're not going to die from it. Period. Do you guys know how many people in this state? We've had 6,400 people die from COVID in Massachusetts. How many are under the age of 50? How many are under the age of 50? The answer, last I checked, was 84. 84. Less than 100 people under the age of 50. That's well over half the population. 84 deaths. This is a nursing home epidemic. And unless we're doing the granny wheelchair race, that I don't see what the threat is. Who gives a flying fuck? We're letting people protest in Minneapolis and riot. We're letting that happen. Nothing is being done to stop it. But we can't have a fucking marathon. We can't have the thing that defines Boston more than anything is the marathon. It is the most Boston thing possible. And we're just fucking canceling it 4 months from now. Why? Because of a virus. I cannot tell you how shameful this is. So I went on to say Boston Strong. Remember Boston Strong, guys? Oh, we're so strong. Yeah. Terrorists want to bomb us? Fuck off, bitch. Boston Strong, motherfucker. I sat in my house in Wakefield and fucking watched. I watched the Watertown manhunt. Yeah. Take that, fucker. Boston Strong, bitch. Fuck with us. Try that shit in Seattle. Don't try that shit in Boston. You want to bomb us, motherfucker? We're gonna stay home. We're gonna stay home, bitch. Strong, motherfucker. I mean, this is the stupidest catchphrase ever. It was literally done to sell shirts. It's meaningless, right? And what are we doing now? At least with the terrorists, when we locked down for a day, and it was only a day to find them. We locked down the city because there were terrorists out there who were bombing and killing children. And we need to find them. That's one thing. Now we're hiding from a virus that has a 0.1% lethal rate if you get it. And that is for all populations. For under 50, it's like 0.00001. Like you're not going to die if you get it. And we're canceling the Boston Marathon about it. What it should be, instead of hashtag Boston Strong, it should be Boston Cowards, because that's what we are. This is a city full of cowards. We should be fucking ashamed to be in Boston right now. What a bunch of gutless fucking cowards. That's all. If you are afraid to have the world going on, that's fine. You're a fucking coward. Just a minute. We're all not. Some of us are pussies. It's okay. It's okay to be a pussy, but you have to embrace it. You can't say that you're Boston Strong or like we're all in this together. No. You're just a pussy who wants to hide. That's all you are. You're afraid of reality. Just admit it. Embrace it. Embrace your pussiness. Embrace your cowardness. Let's check out some of these replies. I'm anxious to see the ratio. Because usually when there's going to be some angry people in it. Let's see. When you say, getting all the blue check marks in here. Let's see. When you say hiding from the virus is cowardice, you're actually saying that your ego demands are more important than the lives of other people. The lives. We want to save lives. Just stay away from other people. Look at this fat fuck. This is the guy telling me it. Yeah, you should fucking hide because you're a fucking fat waste of space. You've completely let yourself go. You're 30. Your pronouns are he, they. You have them on fucking Twitter. You should hide and never come out. Pretty sure this is exactly what the city of Boston doesn't stand for. Boston is strong. And just because we don't have a marathon this year due to a global pandemic doesn't mean that we're cowards. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You're afraid of something that has almost no chance of killing you. You are the definition of a coward. I'm so happy about my first ratio. And then this person says, bro, hundreds of runners huffing and puffing on each other poses no threat. It doesn't matter if they're huffing and puffing on each other because they're not going to die if they get it. Don't you see the problem? It's like, it's not a fucking deadly disease to 99.9% of the people get it. That's the whole point. Yes, you can get it. Who cares if you get it? It doesn't fucking matter if you get it. Unless you're 300 pounds or have underlying health conditions. We've been over this. Or you're 88 years old. Then you should be worried about it. And even then, odds are against dying. I hate, you know. So a ratio, for those of you guys familiar, or a ratio on Twitter speak, is when the amount of comments that you get is much higher than the amount of likes. So ideally how it works is you should have, I want to say, about 10 times the amount of likes right here to comments. So if you got 100 comments, you should have 1,000 likes. That is a standard tweet. It's better the more likes you get. So if I have, 500 likes and one comment, that was a good tweet. That was a tweet a lot of people agree. I fucking nailed that tweet, nailed it. But if you're getting a lot of comments and not as many likes, that means people are pissed at you. They're commenting. And you've been ratioed, as you call it. So I've been ratioed, guys, for the first time. I popped my ratio cherry. So all these people, they're so mad. Look at this guy. No worries. He is 99% a bot. Join me. These people, they love it. Everything they don't agree with. You're a bot, Russian bot, plant. Just another ignorant Republican. Someone who works closely with the marathon. There's hundreds of people involved in tight quarters for months in order to put on a production like that. But yeah, talk more about stuff you don't know. Well, I've run the marathon twice. Okay. I was there the year the fucking bomb went off. Let's see what Eric Webster is. Oh yeah. Another fat piece of shit. Oh, look. God, I hate these people. Letting people needlessly die because of the crowds that a marathon would gather. It's the opposite of strong. It's so funny. The Minneapolis crowds don't kill people. In Boston, they do. Funny how that works. Look, follow me on Twitter, guys. This is where all the fun is. Telling you, get on Twitter. Follow. Who knows how long I'll be on here for? We're strong because we're willing to be patient. Oh my God. Oh, I hate him so much, guys. I cannot believe the amount of stupidity in this state. I can't believe it. Anyway, why don't we open it up to questions or callers? Yeah, if you guys want to come in here, the link I've put in before, I'll put it one more time. No, that's not the link. Maybe Blippy Marie can. I'll bring you on if you want to come in, or you can ask your questions in the comments and I'll answer them. All right, go. Easy to get away with that. Just say you were hacked. I mean, I would say I was hacked, but I'm proud of that tweet, Dave. I'm proud of that tweet. That was a great tweet. Needed to be said. It's obviously upset these people. You can tell about the quality of your tweet by the kind of people that you upset, and Turtle Boy generally upsets horrible people. So, you can't believe the amount of stupidity. M Job says, where'd his comment go? You're not going to run the marathon on your treadmill via Zoom. No, I will not. I will not. Can you call that Karen from Shrewsbury? She's already blocked me on Facebook. I had to go on another Facebook page to get that, whatever. You talking about that Jesse John Clark guy said? Yes, and I got more coming on that douchebag. I've saved that one for Saturday. So that's one thing I'll be talking about this weekend is that you can't believe the amount of stupidity in this state. Go wiki the big dig. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. Good point. You put my question with the donations. So let me go to the donations. Let's see. Okay, we got some more donations. Let me read these off. Thank you for the reminder there. All right, so Johnny Mack says TB 2020 at a baby. 7 Pounder says it's not easy being green. Here's $10. Thank you, sir. Bliney Cated says, why is it okay to do heroin in a caged area, but not drink beer in a caged area? It's a great fucking question. Great question. I want someone to bring me clean. And but by the way, you're not supposed to ask questions. This is the one thing Team Lockdown hates more than anything. It's like logical questions that, you know, ultimately reach the conclusion that everything that they're believing in is not based in reality or logic. I want someone to bring me clean pint glasses and take my dirty glass 3 times per day. Both heroin and alcohol can be dangerous, but you're far more likely to die from not drinking than shooting heroin. Exactly. So to answer your question, it should be, it's not okay to do heroin in cages, and it makes absolutely no sense. Brenda says, keep breaking the news. Atta baby, will do. David Owen says, a small contribution to, no such thing as small around here, Dave. A contribution to truthful reporting from across the pond. Drenched for me. Atta baby, atta baby. Trashley Acevedo says, if I'll give money, please let me back. You know she wants to come back. You know it's eating her up. You know the people that are still with Bristol Bliney are like, oh God, I left Turtle Boy for this. We're just going to talk about frauditors all day. How long do I have to pretend that I like this? Oh, it's so hard. So hard. Oh, you couldn't see that. Oh, no. Well, you don't need to see it. I read it all to you. Oh, man. I'm serious, Brett. I'll even do you. Yeah. Can I vape in the cage? I don't see why not. You know, they also watch the fake news. Yeah, I mean, that's how they come on and afterwards and they comment and stuff like that is with the fake names. If the transgenders were running the marathon, they wouldn't cancel. That's a good point. That would be a hate speech if they did that. Channel 5 took credit for asking the question about Polito. I did not know that. Fucking frauds. I got linked by I got a link by a lot of people with that, man. The Globe linked me. That story blew up. Howie Carr linked me, obviously. WBSM linked me. Mike Huckabee linked me. Mike Huckabee apparently reads Turtle Boy. He put me in his fucking newsletter. Who knew? Who knew? Yeah, I found out who the Revere cop is. She was actually messaging me. I'm going to get her on the show on Saturday night. That's my goal. We're getting that chick on the show. She's not really a Revere cop. That was a lie. She actually commented on the Turtle Boy Facebook page this afternoon as well. Is Maud the Fraud going to set a record with the 27-minute marathon? She might this year, now that it's canceled. She might. Where did Ida go? Ida, I don't know. She messaged me on Saturday with a story idea, and I haven't heard from her since. Can you find love in the cage? You're telling me they're not fucking in that cage? Come on, man. Of course they are. Other famous people who follow you on, I mean, I had a lot of people that, like who was it? Michelle Malkin used to follow me on Twitter. Like a lot of people, like you'd be surprised. Every elected official in the state reads Turtle Boy, whether or not they want to admit it. They all do. It's everybody's vice, you know, their dirty little secret. They read Turtle Boy. Did you see what Turtle Boy said? I mean, I talk to people all the time. Like around the courthouse, everybody's talking about Turtle Boy. Everybody. In the schools, in the police departments, everybody reads Turtle Boy. We got 3 million views a month, guys. 3 million. We're gonna have over that this month. The last few days on Turtle Boy, I'll show you guys the page views because I'm all about openness here. Let me show you the page views last couple months, the last few days. So this is just on TV Daily News, right? The last few days, so far today, we've had 118,793 people on the website. Yesterday was 62,000. Tuesday was 100,000. Monday was 120,000. Okay? That's fucking wild, right? On average, this month, we're averaging a little over 50,000 people per day on Turtle Boy. I mean, that's on TV Daily News. Now, Turtle Boy which is another website. So a lot of people still go to Turtle Boy that aren't on social media. They just go to it directly every day. Let's see what Turtle Boy's been doing. That's why I like when people like, I mean, think about the size of this audience, guys. Think about this. Every single day, just on TB Daily News, 50,000 people every day. On Turtle Boy, another 52,000. The other day on Turtle Boy, 57,000 yesterday, 80,000 Tuesday, another 80,000 on Monday. So you do the math. I had 120,000 people on TB Daily News and 80,000 on Turtle Boy. That's 200,000 different people came to these two websites to read the news. 200,000. That's 3 Gillette stadiums. Boom, boom, boom. Every single day. That's who I'm entertaining. So these people are like, oh, no, Turtle Boy's dying, blah, blah, blah. 200,000 fucking people a day, guys. That's how many people come to Turtle Boy. And whether or not people want to admit it, they're all fucking reading it. Nobody gets the audience that I do. Fucking nobody. Nobody gets these kind of traffic. Boston Globe doesn't get this kind of traffic. Nobody does. That's not me tooting my own horn, but it kind of is. Okay. So that's just me defending the brand, defending the wall. When you say, oh, Turtle Boy, nobody listens to you anymore. You're not relevant. We don't see you on Facebook anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Bitch, they come and find me. They come and find me. You know, they do. Like on Turtle Boy, 27,000 people went directly to the site. Look at these people that are like linking me in. You can see all the people that link me in. Howie Carr Show. Today, yesterday it was look at all these Boston Globe, all these, you can see where people are coming in from. On the other site, I mean, you should see who's linking me here. What the hell is Citizen Free Press? I got 6,000 hits today from citizenfreepress.com. I don't even know what that is, but they're linking me. Reddit, Instagram. I'm not even on Instagram. People are sharing it on there. You know, Commonwealth Magazine, MikeHuckabee.com, Kiss 108. They all read Turtle Boy, guys. They all link it. So people can deny that, you know, we're influential. The numbers don't fucking lie, guys. The numbers don't lie. And that's why I'm not going anywhere. Because every time, you know, I get down in the dumps, because there is a lot of emotional shit that comes with this job. I always just remember, like there's 200,000 people out there every day counting on me to provide them with news and entertainment. They need me. And yeah, I mean, it sucks that you get, you know, COVID happens and advertisers bail and stuff like that. It sucks. But without you guys, we would not be here now. Like, it's literally the show that is keeping the blog going and not vice versa. The vast majority of my income now and revenue for this show, for my business, whatever, comes from you people. Like, you're the ones that are keeping this going. So I thank you for that very much. I thank you for that very much. And I do like to mix it up too. I like to have fun with ratchets. Like we had that fight video. We'll talk about that on the weekend. You know, I like to do those videos and that chicken Revere, the fake Revere cop. But then we also have serious stuff like things in Boston. You know, the things we're talking about today. No other website has that combination. Like Barstool Sports is all like they're all, you know, they'd be more like the ratchet stuff, right? Except they don't really go as far as I do. They're more just like, hey, look at Rihanna's saying and wearing. Oh my God. And other, you know, websites are all just news and straight news, and that's it. Turtle Boy is the only place where you can go to where it's this weird combination of like entertainment, humor, and real fucking news, like real news that you cannot get anywhere else. That's what I've created. That's my contribution to the world. And you got to be crazy if you think I'm just giving up on that. Crazy. Like, you'll have to take it out of my cold, dead hands. And I don't even know who I'd give it to if I died. That's the other thing. Sasha Turtle Girl was supposed to have this. I always told her that. She was my homie. I love that girl. I miss her a lot. Still get me started. But I always told him, like, I'm putting you in my will. If I make one, I'm leaving this to you. You're the only one that could run this. You're the only one. I never got that way with Bristol. Never was like trusted her enough to run it, but I trusted Sasha Turtle Girl. If I died tomorrow and she had the passwords, she could keep. She's the only person that could keep this going. So if you're out there and you're listening, come back. I miss you. I really do. I'm really sorry the way it ended, but I would trust her more than anybody. She's the only person I've met in this entire experience that could keep this website running. The only person. But anyway, can we have Brett on David Owens on Saturday Night for Live? Possibly. You have a kiss? No, I never even met her in person, man. Never even met her in person. You haven't made a will yet? What if I die of COVID? I know. There's a really good chance of that, Brett. There's a really good chance. Uncle's showing his vulnerable side to it. Well, I am vulnerable. I'm a human being, you know? I miss her. It sucks. Don't get me started. And Bristol knew that. She preyed on that weakness. She took that email, the goodbye email that South Shore Turtle Girl sent me, and I showed Bristol it. And what does she do? She saves it, and then she posts it on Discord. Like, fucking trash. Trash. I'm not trying to shit on North Shore Turtle Babe. But North Shore Turtle Babe also is like a mother. Well, South Shore Turtle Girl is a mother too. But South Shore Turtle Girl has a more flexible schedule that would make running a blog possible, whereas North Shore Turtle Babe has like a lot of hobbies and shit and a job. She just didn't have time for it. So she is a show person now and still one of my mods, still my girl, you know, but she'd be the first to tell you she couldn't do this. Like if I died, you know. When is Gupta back? You're right. I got to get him back. What about I love this Trashly Acevedo character in the comments. That's funny shit. Whoever you are, bravo. And no, I would not want Trashly back. I could give a shit less about her. Let's stop being so sad and dark. No, it's not. I'm not sad. I'm good. If you die, can I have Fupa computer? I know. I really should put like Fupa computer in the Turtle Boy Hall of Fame. I need a Turtle Boy Hall of Fame. The world needs more Turtle Boy investigative reporting. Ultimately, I would like to get more people. Like I want more writers, but first I need to get more revenue, and then I'm going to get more writers. I promise. It's not easy to find the people with the voice. Like Sasha Turtle Girl was a diamond in the rough. So it's not easy. I've had a lot of people try out, and it's just I don't want to be mean to them. It's hard to be like, that's a no for me, dog. You know, like I feel like Randy Jackson constantly when I read some submissions. It's hard to find people that have the voice. Yeah, what I like from you people is just the story ideas. Like that's the contribution Turtle Riders can give is just give me story ideas. And when you send a story idea, here's another tip. Give me the screenshots already. Like, so my time is limited. So when you're like, Turbo, you should go check out this thread on the Brockton Hub. Check it out. Okay, well, now I have to search for that. Go to it. Read 10,000 comments on there. Screenshot them all. Upload them all. Write the fuck. It just takes forever. If you do that, it makes it so much easier for me. See what I'm saying? Like if you want a good blog written, screenshot the good shit and get it all to me. Just send it all in one package. That's what North Shore Turtle Babe always does. That's what I love her. She's just like, here's the story idea. Here's the screenshots. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay, good. This is an easy blog. I can bang this out. That's how you can help. Who you got promoting your brand? I mean, everybody promotes the brand, man. Everybody who linked me is promoting the brand. No? Word of mouth. What is actual recidivism? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Rate of blog subjects? I don't know. It's a good question. I told him I would proofread. Well, I talked about in the last show, like the proofreading, it's just not possible, guys, you know? Because you got to be up at 2 a.m. I know people have offered to like edit blogs. Like, are you available 24/7? That's if you want to be an editor, you literally have. Yeah, can you guys all like it? We got 133 people watching, 74 likes. Let's get those likes up. If you want to help me edit, you have to be available 24/7. Like when I'm done with the blog, I need to be able to message you and be like, I need you to edit this right now and hit the publish button. If you can't commit to that, then I can't have you as an editor. No offense. And I wouldn't expect anybody to do that. So people have offered that before, and it's like, it's just not realistic. Period. But I appreciate the offer. No. The Ramey thing, don't ever apologize, Katie, for messaging me. What's your favorite town page to find ratchets? Brockton Hub, discussing Fitchburg now. There's no good pages in like the North Shore. That's the one thing that's missing. Like Revere doesn't have a good page. Lynn doesn't have a good page. There's a couple Beverly pages I've been on. There's not as many ratchets that far north. The Weymouth pages are pretty good. Everything Weymouth. And Weymouth is everything. Those are good ones. Yeah. Try to think of some others. There's some other okay ones. But like there's no good Springfield one. There's no good Holyoke one. If there were good ones like that, that'd be fucking awesome. Any Howie updates? No, I haven't had. I will try to talk to him. I tell you one thing. I doubt he would do it. I doubt he would. It would only happen, Leah, on his network. You'd have to go on his show. Although I don't think he wrote about you in his last column, did he? So that might be progress. I heard North Shore Eats is a good read. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know. Thanks, Heidi. I appreciate that. All right, guys. If you don't have any more questions, then I guess we will call it a night. All right. All right. So I guess we will see you guys all on Saturday for the next episode of the live show. Have a great night, folks, and we will see you all on Saturday. Peace, Star Riders. And thank you all. Let me just refresh. I don't want to miss anyone that donated. Hate doing that. We got one more from Anthony Sanchez. Says, keep it real, Turtle. That fake Revere commented on your post, and I shared it in Haverhill 401. That's another good page, too. So thank you very much, Anthony. Greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys all on Saturday. Peace, guys.